comment on the second page. Sixth paragraph down, the motion should read, well, it reads, Mr. Heath moves, second by Mr. Drew for approval of the site plan. We should insert there as submitted at 638 Mendon Ionia Road at Baltimore, New York. That's what I had. Any further discussion? No further discussion. I'll make a motion for approval of minutes as amended. Second from Chris. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next item on our agenda is the Eaton site plan, commonly known as the Eaton Ridge. Archer, the property owners for site plan approval on Pond Road, approximately 11 acres, tax account number 205.3-1 and 13.3, zone RA5. Welcome back.
Hello.
So, came back, last time you were here, we went on to our advisory committees. We had a comment letter from Mabella. And I think that was really about it, if I'm not mistaken.
There were some comments in the DRC by Monroe County DOT. They wanted some items, we have satisfied them. I forwarded to Katrina their the satisfaction of the revisions. I have a hard copy of that email if you'd like.
They're in your, they should be.
That email is in here. You just-
It's an actual, so I printed the PDF.
Okay.
And we pursued the historical issues that you wanted us to pursue to the best of our abilities.
That one here also.
It's the red.
Go. All right. And yeah, so let's start first. We have the Environmental Conservation Board reviewed it on October 12th. They identified the EPODs on it, and they say that the ECD has no environmental concerns with the site plan. The development is clear of the EPODs.
That's good, because that's what we tried to do. Glad we're in agreement on that one. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
One, but that's good.
Yeah, that came through October 12th. All right, and then we had the HBC. It almost looks as though they're trying to triangulate the point of the home with the setback. That's what I'm boiling it down to. And I think, Scott, did you bring in an architect? They were talking to Mr. Page of Vera.
Yeah, I mean, I have a copy of an email that Katrina provided me on their findings. I wasn't aware of any triangulation.
Well, I'm just saying that because they're talking about maintaining 400 foot and then maintaining the front setback, which looks to be about, it's greater than 300 foot.
Yeah, I believe from the farmhouse to the home we're proposing to build, we are right at about 400 feet.
Okay.
I just have a copy of an email that Katrina provided me. I don't have anything regarding 400 feet.
Okay, yeah, I have Mr. Page's final suggestions is maintain proposed 400 foot from the historic farmhouse, maintain the proposed distance from Pond Road, and consider supplementing the tree line I'm paraphrasing on this.
Yeah, when John Page looked at it, he noticed that we were at 400 feet. I guess he put that in his letter to hold that position.
Okay. As I'm reading this, I understand what the intent is. I just have some concerns of how do we maintain 400 foot? How, when they're building home, we maintain 400 foot? How you put a shovel in the ground, oh, let's move the house 50 foot, 20 foot, and now, oh, we're at 380. And then do you have to come back here? That's my concern. So what I'm thinking is, fellow planning board members, what if we don't mess with the front setback? And I think, you know, an equitable distance from that easterly property line is 100 foot. So maintain 100 foot off of that easterly property line. That gives you some wiggle room, or it gives the applicant some wiggle room during construction.
That would be fine. Actually, if you go out to the site, we get stakes the house. That's exactly what they want.
I get that, I just, sometimes things change.
Yeah, I know things change, and if you would like to consider that, the way you described it, that's perfectly fine. I guess what I was happy to hear is that no one seemed to have any real issue with what we were doing, and that might conflict with the county stone house. That's why we did what we did in terms of pursuing what we did.
Okay, and that's excellent. And then, as for the third one, consider supplementing the tree line. I find that a little bit ambiguous myself. In my opinion, the tree line is pretty robust. I think we'd be chasing our tails.
Well, plus, I mean, we haven't done a landscaping plan, and that's probably something they'll do as they proceed with their project. I doubt very much that they're going to skip on landscaping for this house. It's going to be substantial. So I have every reason to believe that whatever they put up will do just that. I don't think they'll necessarily be planting right along the hedgerow, the tree row, but I think they'll certainly make this like pretty aesthetically pleasing.
So I think, you know, based off that discussion, I think it's a condition would be that you maintain 100 foot, and before that construction begins, that easterly property line is delineated. So code enforcement building inspector can pull a string off of it and confirm.
That's fine. You have to do that.
Any other thoughts? I mean, I think we've talked about it pretty good in the last few years. All correct. I think it's been 6 weeks. 7 weeks.
Yep.
So planning board members, if there's no further discussion, you can start forward with the formalities. All right, so, Don, if I'm not mistaken, this is a type 2, as we discussed. That's right. So no further action required with regards to seeker. You had mentioned that we have a copy of Bella's letter here.
So I will reply version for you.
Okay. Well, and I think what we would do on this is, a condition is Labella's comments are satisfied. Typically, we'll get a letter from them and they say all engineers comments, and they said, well, they signed the plans.
Right.
Right, that means that their comments are satisfied. And then the delineating that easterly property line before construction begins and maintaining a 100 foot buffer off that easterly property line. So that would be our condition.
I'm gonna put out the
easterly property. Satisfying Labella's engineering concerns.
Could I don't have my plan set from what height is this do we show from house to the east of the property, make sure it's 100 feet.
I think it's 157. 157.
Oh, this one you got 57 feet to play with.
Figured that would be enough.
It's in 101 or something.
Yeah. And then, those are the two conditions that I see. If the fellow planning board member feels comfortable making a motion for conditional, preliminary and final approval at this point. All right, do I hear a second? A second, Chris. Further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, so there you go. Thank you. And then we talk with the letter and,
Can we submit plans for signature to the town, and when the town engineer person comes by, they could potentially sign that, or do we send them to the town engineer person first? I guess my question, what's a sequence of signature like this?
well, the planning board signature is final. So you need the county highway, county department of health, and then the engineer.
Okay, so you guys want to sign last?
Yeah, okay. If you wanna bring them here, well, you're located in Victor, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, okay, so it doesn't sound easy.
So we'll get the county ones out of the way, and then I'll contact you. Right back to the Thank you.
Come on.
There. So if I'm not mistaken, if we don't go by the APC's recommendations, we should give them some written HPCs, what did I say?
I thought you said ABC, but I read it.
Did I? Okay.
You said- no, you said-
All right, we're supposed to say, so then Katrina, if you could do this in an email. that
Sure
would
thing.
be Outstanding is just. We found it. Well, what's a nice way to say we found it more practical to measure?
From the side setback.
Yeah,
Less cumbersome.
less cumbersome, there you go. Excellent. So we found it less cumbersome and we found that the hedgerow was sufficient.
That works.
Okay.
You want me to send that to the HPC?
Yes.
Okay.
Public comment. Do we have anybody on Zoom?
No,
All right, so we have no public. General discussion. We had a meeting with Mending Green. There is a proposed revised plan. At this point in time, Don is kind of scoping out what the path would be.
Yeah, and just to be fair, that Chairman, the starting point was with Sheldon,
Okay,
and I actually haven't heard of Sheldon.
okay. So once you hear from Sheldon,
Yeah.
you're going to give us a path
That's right.
of what to do and when to do it to move forward. So I don't think you got the privilege of the last time they came in with the revised plan. And we didn't have a very good roadmap, and we had many meetings, and there was many neighbors to the north that were not happy.
happy at all.
And we heard about it, I think 5 or 6 times, 5 or 6 different meetings.
Mhm.
So I greatly.
So let me ask you this, so that at the end, when it all finished off, are we still, I know we had coming in, and then we had Mendon Foundation Trails, they were gonna take care of, we added in,
That's off the board.
that's off the board.
That there was a lawsuit.
That's,
Well, the thing is he then, when the road came in, he had some where they were behind each other, and we negotiated with them to get rid of those. Is that off the board too?
All that stuff is up there, all the way back to the 54 homes from 2005.
Okay.
And they're at that starting point, so anything that they come in with is brand new from that starting point.
Because I also remember when he first came in, he had huge lots.
Yeah,
And reduced those lots, so he was able to expand other lots.
he's looking at scaling it way back, anything that's in right now is, I don't even know if I wanna say it was conceptual. It was at best conceptual, and the application is not in yet, they're waiting for.
Because I thought the last rendition he had was, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, there are a lot of things happened after that with lawsuits and whatnot, law changes, so.
So,
Are they up to this point? Or less?
the one that they came in was less. And there's,
Less than 54.
Yeah.
They were at like, what, 98?
Yeah.
Or 96?
There's significant.
And they went down to like 92 or something like that.
we had so many numbers. 84, and came back with an 84 that we never acted on.
Oh, you were acting on the ones that were in the 90s, like 96, 98.
But anyhow, that's,
Did he, what happened with them with Pittsburgh Water and sewer?
it's back to the 2005 agreement. So,
But they never got approved in the process.
well, back in 2005.
No, I know that, but during that process, they were trying to make that work. Well,
They were trying to amend that original one, to fit the plan. But, yeah,
It was an interesting one.
my summary of the meeting is I think all parties are looking to move forward and stop talking about anything bringing.
Differentiating behind.
And the.
Amendment also.
The water was, there'll be stuff in the ground hopefully when you talk about it.
Mr. Chairman, do you have the occasion to, are you around town hall much?
Yes,
Okay, if you have the occasion to post Sheldon,
absolutely,
I don't want to be a pest,
absolutely.
but I also don't want to just leave it alone. It's been a couple of weeks already.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you. Yeah, I'll vote them to keep that motion. I
Good.
definitely want to keep that motion. As you're aware, this is be my last year on the planning board.
There you go.
So get paid hours work, huh?
Yeah. My understanding,
Therein lies
there was
the
gonna be one meeting a month. I think I've already been to 3 meetings and I haven't gone in. Oh, shit.
There's no politics is all about.
Yeah, that's fine.
The town owns you.
Yeah, pretty dramatic.
That's funny. Oh, that's great. All right. Oh, and there's upcoming meeting info. We have 2 applications middle of December, correct?
15th, both are on the
So
15th.
there is no meeting December 1st.
Correct.
and it's final.
Correct, that there is no one coming in. We moved Scott to tonight, so you are free until the 15th.
I can't make December 1st.
Yeah, there, we worked it out.
You know? Okay. Do you, bed and breakfast on December
15th.
Are you feeling as though you'll need to recuse yourself?
There only if somebody wants to.
Well, I think ultimately it's your call.
Right.
Okay. Well, I think you can just announce it.
Just know her, is that not?
That's all, I was just going.
You know, you do business there?
Oh,
Okay.
I
I
think
just
just
while the driveway, and all that anymore, I have a couple of years.
Okay.
She didn't favor Bill.
He kept plowing the lawn. Oh, I'm sorry.
When they plowed her driveway, she wanted the snow pushed back
50 to 75 feet on a lawn, past the end of the driveway. Like, it was a little difficult, but I did it
Wow,
without running it up.
wow.
And then the daycare, you were, when we had the doggy daycare, Linda Hayes.
Doggy
You were here, so we have a special use permit for a dog daycare, and I think you wrote it.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't remember it.
So Katrina, if you could forward that to Don, I think that's gonna be a great template to start with for this
Yes,
one.
yep, we've already looked at the file, so I will absolutely, I can scan and send everything too. Absolutely.
You think I wrote a previous one
Uh-huh, yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
for dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
Was she doing a doggy daycare? She was doing she was doing boarding, right? Is it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there a difference about daycare?
Well, I think doggy daycare comes every day and goes, like you take your kid to a daycare, people take their dogs to a dog care.
Okay, so this is a boarding of dogs, okay,
Well, isn't boarding like overnight?
yeah.
Yeah.
that
So
would be
this
a
would be like
She
something
does
coming and going every day.
Yeah, it falls under kennel for our code. It will fall under that, but there's just, you know, different verbiage that you'll use for it. So yeah, she does doggy daycare and boarding, but is limited on the amount of dogs is what was in the conditions.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, and this is jarring my memory a little bit with Katie's, because she had 2 dogs of her own.
Correct.
And there was like 6 more.
Yes, and then, yeah, we included her dogs in the count.
Training too, right? I don't know if the training was involved. We did some training going on there.
I don't remember now.
There was training way back
Yeah,
years
but
ago,
not limited.
not with Linda, that was policy.
Gotcha.
Right.
And then we also have a bed and breakfast, which is, they're starting to, the one on Pond Road has shed some light of ones that we have around town, so we have this one coming in and another one,
That's what I told him.
yeah, shed a light on it. But what I have,
The owners do have to occupy the home for the bed and breakfast, is that what I saw?
there is a
Especially those-
proposed local law that has not been enacted yet. So this one is,
As a public hearing been set, do you remember?
this public hearing has been set.
Good. Yeah, there's a proposal. I think the idea was that we thought there was this impression that it had to be owner occupied, but it wasn't clear, is that it?
Yes.
And so now that issue is being clarified to require, more clearly require owner occupancy.
Yes.
I thought I saw that when I was looking at the code today, with the special use permits, I thought that it already said.
Yeah, it does say something along those lines.
But you want it to be even more
I
clear.
think there was some ambiguity there.
Oh,
It
It was about, it had to be their primary residence.
owner occupied primary residence or the operator of, and that's where the ambiguity is, the operator. Correct.
You came up with a language there. That's December 11th is the town
Okay.
board has that public hearing.
So you could actually adopt it.
Is that one, hey, you're going from Miles Square down Smith Road, it's on the north side, right? Is that the house you're talking about?
No, the one that's coming up, Surrey Hill, right? To Surrey Hill, that's off Smith.
It's a little private drive, right?
No, it's a subdivision. I want to say there's 15 homes on there.
with a cul-de-sac at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, that's on
First
Smith,
house.
Hall, Lyman, and Center.
It's the first house on the left.
Yeah, I saw that, okay.
Are you gonna go into a description of size of driveway or anything on your bed and breakfast?
The way, it sounds as though code enforcement is setting parameters, which includes parking,
Yeah.
water, wastewater. Sound, occupancy, and then if it's, and then he's saying, okay, you know, if it's 1 bedroom, this is the parking you need. If it's 4 bedrooms, you need more parking.
I believe the state said you have to be over 10 feet on the driveway with a Fiore building.
Oh, on the Fiores, the Fiores do not have an application in it. They do not. That application has not been submitted yet, because one of the things that, or a couple of the things that they need is water and wastewater. And this one, you'll see if you go through it, it has the water and wastewater addressed as well as parking.
So Fiore's is not operational right now, or are they, do they have people coming in now? No?
There may be a neighborhood watch on that house, and there has been no parking.
And I'm not in charge of it. I'm not how to have the neighborhood watch.
No, but they are not operational.
Not operational.
Okay. Yeah, that one's not in yet. So. No further discussion on that motion to adjourn. Sorry. All in favor? Aye. All right.